All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's really an honor to be here. And it's a wonderful balance. First, we had Jeremy, then we had Daniel, and Daniel giving us really, really good advice. I mean, I learned a lot. And the things that Daniel say, they make a lot of sense, right? But why the fuck are we not applying them? Why are we not doing the things that we know we need to do? And why is it that we keep looking for more answers? Why is it that we need to listen to more gurus, read more books, listen to more podcasts, come to more coaching calls, and we're still not doing it? Why is that? Anybody got an idea? Ego. Yes, very good. What else? Pussy. Well, the kind of pussy that I get makes me do a lot of things. I don't know about you, bro. Fear. Yes. Give this man a round of applause. It's fear. I want to ask you a question. Why did you decide to become an entrepreneur? Oh, come on, you got to do better than that. Why? Come on, shout it out. Freedom. Who here decided to become an entrepreneur because of freedom? Raise your hand. All right. What is freedom? Leverage. What else? Choice. Control. I didn't get that. Come again. No, say it. Independent action. Yes. What else? What else is freedom? Experiences. Yes. Well, freedom is something that you only find in one place and one place only until the end of your days, and that is within yourself. But where are most of us looking for freedom? We're looking outside. And so today, I want to talk to you about how you can actually achieve more by slowing down. And the way to do it is to understand that there are only two ways to play the game of entrepreneurship. It's either outside in or inside out. Now, how many here, honest to God, feel in your day-to-day, feel free? Honestly, truly free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, good. How many people are we? Andre? 100. So that's 6% in this room. 6%. What are the 6% doing that the 94 are not doing? Isn't it sad that you put in all of this hard work every single day over so many years? You spend so much money. You say no so many times to your family, to your spouses, to your friends. And after all of that, 94% of you are still not free. And how many times did you tell yourself, once I get to 10K, then yes? How many times? And then when you got there, how long did that feeling last? 1.52 seconds, right? And then what did you say? Well, no time to settle. Got to keep going, right? Got to keep going, got to keep going. And then you got to 20K and 30K and 40K and 50K, and you keep moving the goalpost forward, telling yourself that this is a smart thing, when really it's fucking stupid. Why do you do it? Well, let's take a closer look. Outside in. Outside in means from doing to being. I gotta make money so that I can feel free. I gotta make money so that I can feel peace. I gotta make money so that I can finally, to Jeremy's point, love myself. And what is this really all about? This is a lack mindset. This is really, you're telling yourself, I'm not it. So I got to do a bunch of things so I can finally be it. But each and every one of you has done it and is doing it today, and it's not working. Why do you keep doing it? because you don't know why. So when you're in this from doing to being, from outside in, one of the biggest things that I see all the time, I coach about 100 plus agency owners every month. Many of you know me from Client Ascension. I'm the mindset and executive leadership coach inside Client Ascension. And by the way, you should join Client Ascension if you want what Jeremy gave you for 75 minutes once a month, because that's what we do there. And there's many people here. Raise your hand if you've ever done a breath work with me. All right. How does it feel when you do these breath works? Just shout it out. Beautiful. So you want to feel great every single day, don't you? Wouldn't it be amazing if you could feel great every single day without the money? Without your woman saying you're the most beautiful, most handsome person in the world every single moment? Wouldn't that be amazing if you could have that? We'll talk about that in just a moment. But the biggest thing that I see when people are going from doing to being, they're going into people pleasing. Now, a lot of you, when you hear these things, you might be like, oh, this is some woo-woo shit. Yeah, keep talking. When are you going to tell me how to make more money? All right, let's talk about that. So how many here lead a team? Raise your hand, okay? When you're leading a team and you are people-pleasing, what you're really doing is you're avoiding an uncomfortable conversation. You feel one way. You need to talk to them about their performance. You need to talk to them about the way that they're behaving, the way they're communicating. But what do? Well, don't worry about it. It's fine, next time. So what do? Now you do not delegate. Now you do not communicate. And what happens, your team is now not performing. So if your team is not performing, then what do? Well, I'll just do it myself. And this is really dangerous because this is the solopreneur hat that many of you business owners keep wearing. Even though you already have a team, you keep going back there. Why? Because you're a people pleaser. You can't give it to them straight. Another thing that I often see is controlling and needing. How many of you take sales conversation yourself? All right. When you're in a sales conversation, you're not there to be liked. You're there to lead. You're there to be an authority. I don't come to you to be treated in a nice way. Obviously, I want some respect, but I want you to tell me I can solve your problem. I can help you out. But if I am needy, if I come to the call with you and say, hey, please, can you like me? Like, I want you to, just be a friend of mine, then what do I not do? I don't give it to you straight. I don't tell you, look, you're not taking action because you're afraid. You haven't forgiven your father. That's why you keep seeking approval. And that's why you show up weak on sales calls. I coach a lot of you one-on-one, many of you in groups, and that is to show up as an authority, as a leader. But if you have a need to seek approval in a conversation, you're not going to make the sale. Your sales conversion is going to go down. My sales conversion rate in warm traffic is about 80 to 90%. Because when you get on a call with me, I don't need you, but I'll give it to you fucking straight. And many times, many of you have been on calls with me, and the impression that you get is this. Oh my God, what? I never looked at it that way. Why? Because I'm not holding back. I'm not holding back because I need you. Because I'm playing the inside-out game, pretending. How many of you have a relationship right now where you feel one way, but you say something else? Honest to God, right? So that is called pretending. So you're not dealing with conflicts. If you're not dealing with conflicts, you're carrying that around you in a bag. If you're carrying that around you with a bag, you cannot perform at your highest level, which means now you're making stupid decisions, which means now you're not listening to what Daniel is telling you. Right? He's been telling you it's simple, but you keep making it hard. Why? Because hard is what you're feeling each and every day. Proving. I'll give you a story. I was talking to an agency owner 2 weeks ago. His business is doing well. He's growing. And he's telling me, I keep hitting a ceiling. This is the third agency that he has. And he tells me, Mario, I know exactly what I need to do. My marketing is working. My sales calls are working. But I don't take more calls. I'm like, why not? I don't know. So I said, all right, let's dive a little deeper. So I said, what is the feeling that you get when you think about adding more sales call? Well, rejection. I don't like that. So I get that. Where does that come from? So we dug deeper, and we got to a moment in time when he was 13 years old. When he was 13 years old, he was a little bit on the chubby side, and he met this one girl, and this one girl stole his heart, and he gave it everything that he had, and the girl said, nope, and it crushed him. It crushed his soul. And so in that moment, he decided, I will show you. You're going to regret having said no to me. I will become the best. Watch me. How many of you had an experience like that in your life where you felt a sense of pain and you were like, watch me, motherfucker? Yeah, right? So what happened with him is from that day onwards, he lost a lot of weight. He became more successful. He became the best in his class, right? Sounds great. But he was afraid, terribly afraid of rejection. And see, you can never outperform your self-image. And if your self-image is tied to proving somebody else wrong, you're always going to be controlled by the fear of them saying no. And so when I showed him that, it was earth-shattering. He's like, I see it now. After that conversation, what happened? He booked sales calls and his business went up. Doing to being is all about chasing. Is you're chasing something that you don't have. Now, I'm not talking about actual material money. You might be like, yeah, I'm making 100K, I want to get to 500K. Obviously, you don't have the 500K. But what is it that the 500K will give you? Right? You said freedom. Many of you talk to me and you say, well, it's respect. Right? When I make more money, then I'll be like Daniel, like Andre, I can stand here, like Mario, then I'm a man, right? I'm authority, right? And then many times you get up here and nothing changes. Nothing. Why is that? Well, because the thing that you tell yourself that you don't have is leading every single action that you're taking, right? So you keep chasing. Fixing. How many of you are constantly fixing problems in your business? Yeah, a lot. Wouldn't it be great if you stopped fixing problems and you would make them go away altogether? Well, see, if you are going from doing to being and you're in this lack mindset, you need problems. Now, some of you are like, yeah, dude, what do you mean? Of course, that's the nature of business, right? Keep solving more problems. Yeah, I get it. And if the pattern is you're constantly finding yourself fixing problems and staying busy, you're not growing. You're not scaling. You just keep yourself in this identity of who I am is that I got to fix more problems. And there's no progress in that. So can you guys see how this relates to your business? Or is there anybody that's like, this is some woo-woo bullshit? Yes, you can see it? Okay, thank you. Beautiful. So the final thing that is part from doing to being is suppressing. And this is so beautiful that Jeremy guided us today. How many here found out something that you were carrying that you didn't see before during or after the breath work? Raise your hand. See, that stuff is already there. It didn't just come from somewhere outside. Jerry didn't come in here and put it into your butt and then say, oh, there it is. No, it was already there. But why didn't you see it? Because you've been suppressing it. You've been putting it into the box. You've been hiding it behind here. And what did you tell yourself? Well, once I make the money, then, finally. But has anybody ever had that where your problems went away once you made the money? No, right? And it will never happen. So I want to tell you a story of someone that you all know. Come on, stand up, Mr. Andre. So how the heck did I get to stand here? Like, I flew in from South Africa, from Cape Town, 20 hours. And I've been part of Client Ascension for, almost 3 years? So Andre and I, we met at a business conference in New York City when I was running my custom shoe brand, All in Sundry e-commerce brand. And I browsed through an app, and I saw his profile. And I texted him. I was like, hey, are you coming? He's like, I can't make it, but let's hook up. Let's meet up. Let's do something. And I said, oh, he's got a podcast, him and Christian, right? So I came onto their podcast. That's when the relationship started developing. But when I met Andre, he was your typical solopreneur, super busy guy, low six figures. He was stuck in what I just showed you before. He was chasing. He was seeking approval. And one of the biggest challenges that Andre had was exactly having uncomfortable conversations, right? When you're stuck here, when you're in the pleasing, needing, you're not going to have uncomfortable conversations. You may have one or two, but they take an incredible amount of effort. You just have to constantly push yourself. And after you've done it, you need a glass of whiskey or a joint or a 5-second porn, right? Whatever that thing is. But you need something to deal with it. And so Andre was stuck there. And so Andre did this work with me for 3 years. And Andre went from solopreneur to business owner, to CEO. Because Andre tapped into something that goes from being to doing. Now, for those of you that know Andre, other than business, what is it that characterizes Andre? Shout it out. Who said that? Yes, God, exactly. Faith, right? When I met Andre, that was not the case. It was maybe the case for him in his mind, like Jeremy was saying, how many of you identify as a man of God? But he wasn't living it. Today, he's living it. You can see the difference, right? And that is because he shifted his focus. He shifted his focus to being the one that needs to get all the credit, to empowering people around him. He's built an incredible culture. The reason we're all here is in part because of Andre and obviously because of the other three. When you're going from being to doing, you're doing something that says, I'm already it, and therefore I do it. You're already successful, worthy, joyful, peaceful, but you're just not tapped into it. I was going to do a guided experience for you. I didn't know that Jeremy did it, but it was perfect transition. But isn't it interesting how you didn't do anything? You didn't sign another client. You didn't buy a Rolex. You didn't set up another Tinder date. Your TikTok didn't go 5 million views, right? Christian, where are you? Right? You didn't do any of that, and yet you felt completely different. You had a completely different experience. Now, for many of you, you are, who identifies as a Christian? Right? What does it say in Christianity? Creation is finished. It's all there. It's already here, but you're not accessing it. And I can tell you the number one reason why most of you are not accessing it, why you're not using the tools, why you're not slowing down, is because you believe if you did that, it would slow you down. It would make you weaker. But the opposite is what is true. When you feel this way, like just today when you felt this way, what became possible for you? New ideas, new insights. When you feel this way, when you feel full on the inside, it's easy to have an uncomfortable conversation. When you feel full on the inside, it's easy to do what Fazio tells you to do. It's not supposed to be hard. It was never supposed to be hard. It's all supposed to be easy. You're just not making it easy. And here's another reason why we don't make it easy, because, well, easy. Always easy, right? If it's easy, then you can't prove yourself. You're not going to get any kickback. Like if I go up on stage and say, I used to be depressed and I was in a pilot career and I almost killed myself and I struggled with a cocaine addiction, which is the truth, and that's my story. Then now many of you are going to go, damn, wow, okay, this guy, he suffered. Wow, now I respect him more. But that doesn't make any sense. Why? You should be respecting me more for having it all easy and get things done like this. So it's your pride that wants that hard. And that's what you got to give up. You got to give up your pride, because your pride gets in the way of what? Leading. When you focus on pride, you're not going to be leading, because then it's all about who? You. And leading is not about you. Leading is about everyone here, not me. So I'm going to be in service of others. I'll give you an example. What happens when you get on a sales call and the only intention you have on a sales call is to make your day, is to transform your life, is to give you something that you're not seeing so you can take it and you can make more money. If that's my intention, I'm winning because it's not about me. And if that's my intention, what am I not doing? I'm not being needy. I'm being a leader. And the reason I can do it is because I'm coming from a place of having. See, God loves you the way you are, not the way you're going to be, not the way you might be. See, God loves you if you lose all your money, if you lose a leg, if you're alone somewhere, if you end up in prison. God still loves you. God doesn't care. But you think God cares. So now I got to be better, right? I got to be the best that I can potentially be. And then you constantly hold that idea in your head. And how does that make you feel? Small. And so then you keep going, all right, I got to push myself. I got to push myself. I got to push myself. Having means you connect with what's already there. You connect with the love that you feel for the people around you. I want each and every one of you now to take a look, honestly take a look around you. Just look around and look each other in the eyes. Don't say anything. Just look each other in the eyes and acknowledge each other. How does that make you feel when you do that? Anybody? How does that make you feel? Really nice. What else? What did you say? Lucky. Why lucky?
Surrounded by people that I connect with. In a similar sort of space, all great people moving towards one shared kind of goal and vision. And some very good friends.
So now imagine you wake up every day and you take 2 minutes and you close your eyes and you put your hand on your heart and you just think about all the people in your life. And you think about your parents. You think about your clients. You think about the fact that you can live in a country where you can be who you want to be. You can be a freaking unicorn today. If you're a man, you can be a woman. If you're a woman, you can be a man. How incredible is that? And you're running around thinking you're a failure. Right? So, what did I just do with you? I shifted your awareness. And awareness is the gate to the realm of God. But you're treating your awareness like garbage. You're keeping your awareness on the places that make you feel like shit. Because you think feeling like shit is the smart thing to do to achieve more in life. What? Really? You have the kingdom of God right here within you at every time, every moment. See, I talk about this all the time on the client Ascension calls. Like I get on calls with people and I said, how many of you have strategic alliances in this room? How many of you are doing revenue share reels? How many of you are referring clients to each other? And I see like 1 or 2 hands go up. And I'm like, why? I have clients, some of you in this room, and still to this day, I have to pull everything out of your ass. And I tell you every time, please reach out to me. Please let me know how I can help you. Right? But why you're not doing it? You're not doing it because of your ego. You're not doing it because you think if I did that, well, that would make me weak. I gotta be the man. I gotta do it myself. I gotta prove it. So when you're coming from a place of having, you can no longer do these things. It doesn't make sense because you're already a complete being. You're already full. And the way to get there is to accept. You're accepting. You don't try to change. You don't try to go and change the people in your life. You don't try to fix them. You don't try to find what's wrong with them. You try to build on what's already there. When you're coming from being to doing and you have that level of fullness, you trust. Now, would it be wise and useful to have more trust in your company? I know a lot of you that don't hire because you don't trust other people. I hear this all the time. What if I pour my heart and soul into them and then they're just going to leave? And then, great. Be happy for them. You made a difference. How awesome is that? But you go, no, they're just taking everything from me. Trust is the thing that is holding you back from scaling. But the problem is not that you don't trust them. The problem is that you don't trust you to trust them. That's the thing. So when you're coming from being to doing, you make trusting your nature. See, when you're sitting and you're closing your eyes and you're just listening and you just keep your awareness on your heart, what are you doing at this time? You're trusting that God has got you. How many of you have ever gotten to a point where you've just been fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and nothing is working, and then you're like, all right, I'm done. I let go. I trust God. And then the thing that you wanted happened. Anybody here had an experience like that? Okay, raise your hand real high and look around. Look around. And I bet the people that are not raising their hands is because you're not paying attention to it. Because you're too busy not noticing. You're too busy trying to be right about your bullshit story that says, I'm a loser. I'm an idiot. And I hear this even here. You know, you make jokes about yourself. Oh, I'm so stupid. You know, I'm such an idiot. Don't do that. Every word that comes out of your mouth is an energetic frequency that you're tapping into. And the energetic frequency that you're tapping into determines your behavior. This is why you're not doing what Fazio is telling you to do. Because you're in a low frequency. You're in a fear frequency. You're trying to prove something. You're trying to look for why it's too good to be true. All that action that you're taking, all these 12-hour days, half of that is a complete waste of time. You could be making more money, have more time, have better relationships in your life, but you're busy trying to disprove that that's possible. Isn't that crazy? So when you're going from being to doing, you go into attraction. This is where life gets fun. Because you're just walking through the streets, you're smelling the flowers, you're looking up at the sky, and all of a sudden you see someone approaching you and you have a conversation and they go, oh, you run an events company? Yeah, sure, I'd love to come in. I made a lot of money just by being part of Client Ascension. Why? Because I developed a relationship with Andre. And I poured into Andre. And Andre's like, man, this guy, can you pour into everyone else? I was like, absolutely. I attracted that. There was no hard work. It was fun. And so when you're in that level of playing the game of entrepreneurship, now you are no longer fixing problems. Now you are transforming them. Now you don't go to 500 sales calls with David. Now you finally get it. And you're like, I'm just being super needy. And I'm looking for the right script. You know, somebody asked about the correct length of the VSL. It's not about the length of the VSL. It's about the quality of what's in it. It's about what you're saying there, who you are being there, so that when people see it, they're like, holy shit. You guys love Daniel Fazio not because of the length of his emails and the videos. No, because who is he being? The value that he's pouring into you. That's why. It's his energy. And that works. And when you're going from being to doing, you allow. You stop trying to force things into existence. You stop trying to control them. You understand there is a season to life. There is winter, there is summer, there is spring, there is fall. You're not always going to be up. That's the way it's designed. Because the down is where you learn more in the up. When you lose, you learn way more than when you win. When you win, you're just going, all right, great, awesome, let's keep going. But when you lose, you're like, hold on. how did I get here? Why is it that this keeps showing up in my life? And that's when you look within. But that comes from a place of allowing. If you're here, some of you currently you're finding yourself here, and I know you're holding it together, and I acknowledge you for that. I know it's fucking hard. I know you're tired. I know you've been trying so long. I know there's some people here in this room that are in their mind on their last chance mindset. I'll try one more time. I'll go to this event. If I can't find anybody here, then fuck it. I'm out. Someone here is thinking like that. And I get it. But you see, the reason that's the case is because you're not allowing it. You're not allowing yourself to feel what's going on inside of you. And so this is what I want to do now with you. There's a beautiful quote that says, when you are still, everything becomes clear. When you're still, you can hear the voice of God. God is speaking to you all the time. All the time. All the time. You're never lost. You're never stuck. Stuck is not a thing, it's a feeling. It's a story. It's like, oh, I'm not feeling good. My lead generation is not working. I'm not making more money. Oh, I'm stuck. No, you're not. You feel that way because you look at what's happening and you tell yourself, this is wrong. This is not supposed to happen. Look at all the Twitter bros. They're killing it. They're lying to you. You're believing in lies. I am the best person to ask because I work with so many of you one-on-one and you open up your heart to me and I love it. But a lot of you are playing a fake game. Why are you doing it? Because you're trying to get approval. You're being needy. So you have, one great month and 11 shitty months, and then you post the 1 month on Twitter and you go, oh yeah, look at me, I'm killing it. And then everybody comments and retweets and you're like, yeah. And then 1 minute later you start crying again. And then you need to jerk off, because you're so sad to feel better about yourself, and then the whole cycle continues, right? But the solution is very, very, very simple. Life solutions are so simple. Listen. I want you to listen now. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to ask yourself one question. What do I desire most? And all I want you to do is listen. Don't create anything. Just listen. And as you listen, breathe. And now the next question that I want you to ask. What is stopping me from getting what I want most? Just listen. And from there, I want you to identify how that makes you feel. Where in your body is that feeling? Just notice it. There's nothing to fix. There's no solution needed. Just watch. It might be in your chest. It might be in your stomach. Maybe it's in your shoulders. And then I want you to breathe into that part of your body. Just gently breathe into that part of your body. And as you breathe into that part of your body, I want you now to speak to it and say to it, I let you go. I let you go. And then just allow your body to relax as you speak to it and you let it go. Even more. And then you take one deep breath in and a big one out. And you may open your eyes. Everything that you want is a feeling. Literally everything. Once you understand the feeling that you want, you need to only ask, what is stopping me from being able to feel like it? If it's peace that you're seeking, or confidence, or joy, or excitement, just ask what gets in the way. And what gets in the way is always a story and another feeling. And when you can let it go by feeling it and by releasing it, something is going to change in your life. You're going to have more of that feeling. It will become a reality for you. And if you felt more joy and more peace, do you think it would have a positive effect on your sales closing rates? Yeah. Do you think if you felt more joy and peace, it would make a difference in the way that you delegate and lead your team? Yeah. And most importantly, you'd finally have what you came for. You'd finally be free. See, freedom is easy. You have to make a conscious decision each and every moment. Not just in the morning when you get up and you do your Jeremy breath work. Not in the evening when you're shutting down and you're praying to God and you're reading the Bible. No, every single moment. See, if you believe yourself to be a man or woman of God, can you see God in the person that hurt you the most? Can you see God in the person that responded with, "fuck you," to your cold email? Or do you need to go into the chat with your buddies and tell them how stupid this person is for rejecting you and then have them go, "Yeah, what an asshole." And I know some of you feel personally attacked right now, and that's totally okay. But you see, this is not a destination to get to. There's nowhere to get to other than right here and right now. And I know many of you have this stigma that, oh, this is woo-woo stuff, this is not going to help me. I'll do it when I'm older, when my kids are growing up. Why would you wait? It'll make everything that you do better. You'll be a better communicator. You'll make better decisions. You'll sleep better. You'll be healthier. You'll have more energy. Your sex is going to be better. Way better. Everything improves. And it's easy. But it will require your daily conscious effort to remind yourself about these things. So I want to share a couple principles to the inside-out approach to leadership. Number one. By the way, how am I doing on time? Beautiful, thank you. Number one, make decisions from your values. I get asked this question in Client Ascension a lot, right? I don't know the right way. What is the right way? Andre tells me this. Lucas tells me this. Fazio tells me this. Jeremy tells me this. Man, what's my way? I don't know. Just Mario. What is the way? It's like, bro, there's only your way. Why are you trying to live somebody else's life? See, it's a very delicate balance that we have in the coaching industry, because you're getting solutions from people that have worked for them and worked for some others. But some of you right here, you're sitting here and those solutions don't work for you. That doesn't mean that you should get rid of the coaches, right? And just, abandon everything. But it means that you should start thinking. You should think about, what is my way? See, personally, my way is this. I love this. I love being with people. I love being in conversations. For some other people, that may not work. That's great. But that's the whole idea about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, different to 9 to 5, was supposed to be what? Innovation. Guys, you all have digital marketing agencies. Many of you, some e-commerce brands here. Many of you are just the fucking same. It's just more of the same. And I don't say that to put you down or to attack you. You are unique, but you're not living that way. See, all of you, you're reading your spiritual scriptures and it tells you you're unique, you're a child of God, you are loved, but you're living like, a Walmart solution. That's not who you are. But why do you live that way? So you need to figure out what's important to me. Me. Not my parents, not my religion, not my pastor, not my 8-figure guru. No, me. And that's where you find your greatest success. See, this is not about speed. This is about direction. Direction is so much more important than speed, because the worst thing in the world is to get what you want and then realize, I never wanted it. That's what happened to me. I got into a pilot career in Germany. And I did it because I found the hardest thing to do so I could prove myself to my parents. And man, were they proud. Finally, the first one in the family, Lufthansa pilot. Oh my goodness. And the first day I got into the school, after passing a 1 years of tests, I woke up and I was like, shit, this is real. Oh my God, what did I do? I became severely depressed, chronic back pain, suicidal ideation, completely isolated at 21 years old. 21. Why? Because I was not living in my own values. I didn't know my values. I was just doing what everybody else is doing what the money Twitter guys are saying. There's great advice in there, don't get me wrong, but make it yours. The second thing is to design your ideal life vision and build a business that enables it. I ask so many of you, why do you want to make the kind of money that you're making? So few can give me an answer. Like 100K a month, million a month. Yeah, but why? Well, I don't know. Really? You're doing this because you don't know? You have it the wrong way around. You should be asking yourself, how do I want to live? What time do you want to get up? Why are you getting up at 4 or 5 a.m.? Many of you are getting up at 4 or 5 a.m. because you read it in a book. Not because you're genuinely in love with that lifestyle. And then what do? You justify it. You go, well, this is the right way to live. This is peak performance. This is what the alpha male is doing. This is how we're going to make money. Yeah. Okay. What if you only worked 3 days a week, but you decided that, hey, I want to make 100K. Okay, maybe you need to charge $50,000 a client. I don't know. Maybe that's what you need to do. You need to figure out, what's the life that I want? I know another coach. He takes off 3 months every year. He runs a multi-7-figure business. I saw that. I was like, I got scared first. I was like, what? No. But I was like, man, I would love that. 3 months of the year and doing nothing. I could disappear into nature and, get closer to God and travel the world and do things like that. What? All right, what do I need to do? Who do I need to be in order for that to be possible? See, you need to understand, what is the kind of day in your life that you want to have. Do you want to spend 2 hours per day with your kids? Do you want to have an hour morning sex? Do you want to watch 2 movies in the evening? I don't know, right? Figure it out and then build a business that allows you to live that lifestyle. The third thing, this is going to rattle some chairs. Stop trying to improve yourself. Make peace with who you are now. Now, what I'm not saying is don't improve your skills. I'm not saying get better at public speaking, at running ads, at cold email, at copy. I'm not saying do it. But you see, you do not differentiate between what I do and who I am. You make it both the same thing. See, when you're trying to improve yourself, what are you saying to yourself at the same time? Yes, I'm not good enough. That's literally your daily mantra. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. And God is like, all right, you gonna learn today. Yeah, go suffer. I'll wait. So the whole self-improvement industry is a scam. I'm sorry. I was in it for 13 years. Now, don't get me wrong. I got, quote unquote, better. But I always hit a ceiling. Always. Because I'm always operating from something is missing. I'm always in this needy place, in this pleasing place. Because I always look at myself and, oh, there's something missing. Well, once I make the 50K, then, yeah. And we know how that turns out. So the focus should be to be at peace with who you are. Be at peace with who you are. What does that mean? Well, it means that you look at the things that you tell yourself are wrong and you turn them into a right. How would you talk to yourself if you were to look at yourself through the eyes of God? How many people have kids? Jeremy doesn't have kids anymore? All right. Now, when your child comes to you and says, well, Daddy, I messed up, I'm so stupid, I fell over, what do? You stupid son of a bitch, give me 10, now, go! Anybody does that? Why not? That's your philosophy. Why are you not doing it with your kids? Why are you not doing that with your kids? Oh, he said that's not the way to show them not to be afraid of mistakes. But what do most of you do when you make a mistake? Fuck. God. Do better, man. Do better, man. And then what do? You're traumatizing yourself. You think that's going to help you make a better decision. It'll cause you to do worse. So the way that you talk to yourself is with the greatest deal of love. Infinite compassion and grace with yourself. That doesn't mean that you avoid taking responsibility. If you messed up, here's how you take responsibility. Lucas, I said I was going to deliver this at 3 p.m. to you. I'm sorry, I didn't do it. Can I get it to you by 5? Thank you. The end. That's it. But what do we do? Oh my God, oh God, wow, what's Lucas going to think of me? Maybe he's going to fire me. Oh my shit. Lucas, so, I got a call from Andre earlier, and he told me this story about this guy, and I had to take a bus to go there, and I had to see it. It was super important. And then my mom died, and my grandfather beat my mom up, and it's a whole thing, and it's because my dog, what? Why? Just say it. You didn't do it. All right, got it. You see, we create so much drama around it, but it's so simple. I didn't do it. Sorry. Here's how I'm going to do it right. So stop trying to fix yourself. There is nothing wrong with you. The things that you think are wrong about you are actually what makes you unique. And if you were to use that, man, you'd be so much more successful, so much more joyful, and life improves. Number 4, don't fix the symptoms. Go to the root. The root are your limiting beliefs. Every time, oh yeah, my lead generation, I'm not signing clients, I think it's the wrong script. I think I'm not targeting, the people enough. Literally, I have one conversation and later they have 3 new clients. Okay, have you asked for referrals? Did you get your clients on a call and really dug in and talked to them about partnering up with them? No. Have you asked around in client Ascension who knows somebody else that can help you with that? No. I spoke to a guy in Client Ascension the other day. He's making $500K plus a month. And I asked him, he wants to get into the US market, and he's in the Europe market. I asked him, have you partnered with any people in client Ascension? And he's like, what? What do you mean? Well, there's like 200 people there. Have you talked to them and like seen who can help you access existing networks? Oh my God. What? Wow. I'm like, wow, yeah, great idea, right? Phenomenal. Like, it's so simple, it's so obvious, but we don't do it. Why? Because the limiting belief says what? I can't ask for help. If I ask for help, I'll be weak. That's why so many of you keep going into the cold traffic, because it feels easier. It's like, I don't want to ask you for help. That's uncomfortable. I don't want to ask my coach for help. That's uncomfortable. Dude, you're paying me a shitload of money. You should be asking me every day. But you're not. Why? Because you're not dealing with the limiting beliefs. And so you go and spend your whole life fixing symptoms. It's the same thing with health. Oh, well, I need to go from cigarettes to this, I don't know what you call it, this pouch thing, right? It's an addiction, bro. That's what it is. Where does the addiction come from? Oh, I tell myself my dad doesn't love me. So I need to cope with that. That's painful. But let me switch to, nicotine plasters. That's great. Yeah, that works. Wow. And then I make a post about it on Twitter and everybody loves it. Great. I feel good about myself. And on it goes. So take care of the root. It's not hard to do it. You do what I guided you through. You just listen. What is the conversation there? A limiting belief is really a thought that makes you require more time, effort, and energy to achieve the goal that you want. That's a limiting belief. There are many limiting beliefs. Jerry and I was talking yesterday. There's some limiting beliefs that are like, yeah, we're good. All right. I don't need to climb Everest. David was like, oh, that's a limiting belief. I was like, yep, totally fine with it. You don't need to get rid of all of them. Some of them, you just acknowledge it. That's the way that it is. Number 5, this is huge. Let go of past and future attachments. Live in the now. I know this sounds Zen Buddhist boo-like, but what it really means is, see, every single fear that you have, every single doubt that you have comes from one place and one place only, from the past. Literally, every limitation you have comes from the past. So what your mind is doing, it's holding on to the rail. It's like you're trying to go swimming, but you're holding on to the side. And you're not swimming, right? That wasn't the punch. But it's about letting go. See, the letting go part is scary because you're letting go of an identity, letting go of, oh, I've lived my life this entire way, right? I have been resenting my father all of this time. I have been, trying to get back at this one guy in high school that bullied me all this time. This is fueling me. This is my hate. This is it. Let it go. It's making you weaker. See, to live in this moment means you make peace with what happened in your life in the past, and you also let go of the future. Andre is in love with what? Master the process. That's what you always say, right? Focus on the process. Focus on the inputs. Yesterday, we talked about it on the VIP day about goal setting. And, I share a similar sentiment to Andre. He's like, yeah, I don't really set that many goals. I have a vision. I have an idea, like something that I've painted that I'm moving towards. I just want to help as many people as possible. I want to coach as many people as possible and do more of that every day, all the time. That's what I focus on. So if you're attached to the future, now you're attached to an idea that stems from your limited mind. But what does God do? You get rid of the shit. Here's something else. And you're like, oh my God, no, I don't want that. I need this. I need this. I need my goal. My goal, my goal, my goal, my goal, my goal. That's an attachment. A lot of you talk about being obsessed. I disagree. Are you obsessed with your wife? Be kind of dangerous because now you have an attachment to your wife. But if you're in love with your wife, you allow her to be who she is. If you're attached to her, you're attached to an idea of who she is. If you're attached to an idea, you don't make space for what could be. which means you're inflexible, which means you're missing out on so many opportunities. You're coming to this event. I need to sign 2 clients. I need to sign 2 clients. I need to sign 2 clients. 1, 2, done. Yes. What about 100? But you're not opening yourself up to that if you're holding on to an idea. So you got to let go of what was and what could be, so you can be here now, fully present. And then the last thing, which is very fitting to what Jeremy did today, and that is about your feelings. So number 6 is observe your feelings and live by a commitment to serve. Feelings are not real. Ladies, feelings are not real. They're valid, they're beautiful, but they're not real. They are programs. And that's okay. And you have a gift. You're much more connected to your feelings. So, gentlemen, learn from these beautiful ladies over here. They can teach you a great deal. Feelings are not there to make you decide what you're going to do. You simply observe them, just like I showed you how to do. When you observe a feeling, what happens with the feeling? Somebody? What happens with a feeling when you observe a feeling? Yes, it passes. And when the feeling passes, what do you get to return to? To your commitment. I didn't feel like flying fucking 20 hours. No, definitely not. I didn't feel like getting up this morning. I was so cozy in my bed. I was like, man, another hour. But I got up anyways. You know, if I trust my feelings as a man, I'm going to have some problems in my relationships with my wife, because there's a lot of beautiful women out there. And I'm a man, and I'm not going to pretend that I don't feel attracted to other women. It's nature. But does that mean that I'm going to engage? Absolutely not. Because I live by my commitment to honor and love my wife each and every single day. If a client comes to me and says, well, Mario, I didn't like that you said to me. Well, fuck you. If I go with my feeling, I'll say, fuck me? Get in here. I'll fuck you up, bitch. I'll do it. I got some Sicilian in me. I'm half Sicilian, you know, mafia and all. It's very real. I can pull that out if I need to, but I don't. Why? Because I live in a commitment to serve, in service of love. You have to live by your commitments. You cannot live or die by your feelings. Jeremy talked about the commitment to greatness. What if you made a commitment in the relationships with your clients? What if you made a commitment in the relationship with yourself, that if you had a negative thought or a feeling, you simply observed it, but you don't engage with it? Even if that's uncomfortable, even if that's scary, even if your mind starts screaming, but you hold the line. What do I say? The people that do the breath work with me once a month inside Client Ascension, what do I say when I guide the breath work? There's one phrase that I use a lot. Maybe you don't realize it because you're deep in the breath work, but maybe you do. Somebody? I talk about the course. Navigating the course. I say, keep breathing forward. Because when you do the breath work, your mind is going to go crazy. This was 20 minutes. We do 75. We go deep. And your mind is going to go, this is stupid. I hate Mario. He's an asshole. Shut up. When are we done? I'm horny. I'm hungry. I need to send out 10 more cold emails. I need to make more money. All right. And if you keep listening to this one over here, what do you stop doing? You stop breathing. So you need to have a commitment to excellence, to master the process of breathing, of being, every single moment. This is not a routine in the morning and in the evening. This is a commitment to being alive each and every moment, right here and right now. When you breathe, you feel your breath. You feel alive. That's a commitment to being alive. You don't wait around for things to get better. You don't wait for the money to feel abundant. No, you decide to feel abundant. You don't wait for your parents to be the way you think they should be. You don't wait for your clients to clap and say, "You're the best service provider in the world." Yay. No, you don't wait for that. You demand it inside of you by taking a breath. That's the fullness of life. There's no hack. There's no cheat code. There's nothing to do. It's just to breathe. But you got to live by a commitment to do that each and every moment. You got to live by a commitment to serve each other. Here at this event, there's so many opportunities that we're encountering today. I want you to create them. I want you to look at the person next to you, not now, but later, and I want you to ask them genuinely, honestly, what do you need? How can I serve you? And sometimes it may just be an acknowledgement. Other times it may be, I need somebody that can connect me with a cold email provider, with an ads provider, right? It doesn't matter what it is, but you're living in a commitment to being of service. And when you're living to being a commitment of service, you do what Andre does. You create an incredible community. This is the power of living by your commitment. This is where nothing is impossible for you because you're bigger than your feelings. My friends, live your life by your commitments, not by your feelings. Live in this moment. Everything that you need, everything that you could want is right here. You got to live in that belief system because then you see it and then you can act on it. If you would like to connect with me today, after this event, I'm on LinkedIn. There's my email. There's my website if you want to learn more about me. But most importantly, I want you to make use of me. Use me as a resource. Use me as a free resource here during this event today and fire away. You can share your biggest problems with me, your greatest secrets, and I promise you, you have all my heart, you have all my soul, and I will do anything I can do humanly possible to help you out. And with that, I'm complete. Thank you all. I love you all, and I'll see you later.